Stress, and anxiety. You know, we think that these things are normal and we are living our everyday life with anxiety or fear, and we are just thinking that everything is totally okay, it's normal, everyone feels it, and it's not limiting our life in any way. But to be honest, we exactly deep in ourselves know that these vibrations, emotions, are destroying our life. When you're feeling anxiety or fear, you're just paralyzed. You may not actually realize it, but when you feel these emotions, you cannot realize your full potential. Then what you can do with your life? Then all your life is just about quitting these emotions. You may not actually see this, but when you're in these states of fear, guilt, anxiety, stress, all you do is to basically quit these emotions. I know it's hard to conceive, but literally, when you're in these states, it's very hard to pursue happiness because this is on the illusion that you're going to know, do this to get happiness, but basically, you just want to quit this feeling that you have in yourself. I know it's not easy because these emotions are, as every emotion, necessary for us, but they become a problem in if we are feeling it on a daily basis and we are thinking that everything is okay, but we know that we are deceiving ourselves and we need to fix it as soon as possible. On the internet we can find a lot of solutions, people who are selling courses, etc., etc. It's totally okay, but it becomes problem when we are using these techniques, these magical supplements, these ways to release stress, but we actually don't realize what is the reason that we are having these emotions in our life. Okay? Because, okay, you will buy great supplements for stress and then, or maybe psychedelics, because it's also a very popular solution nowadays. A lot of people are using it to heal traumas, to get more spiritually connected to everything and to consciousness. But when you don't know why you're feeling this, it's not going to help you in any way. You need to spend a lot of time with yourself on self reflecting, meditating, just basically going into nature. Because when you're all time preoccupied with your daily activities, you don't have even time to realize what is in you, why you're feeling what you're feeling, and why you're thinking what you're thinking. In order to get more conscious person, you need to put in some work and don't expect that you will let go of stress, anxiety, all these traumas, tensions, and everything will be suddenly okay. Because okay, if you let go of these things somewhat, in some way, you may feel okay that now you're a free person, you're free from traumas. But what's the point if you will do this, and but you won't know what was the reason that you were having them. Okay? Later, you will do sooner or later actions that will bring you same results, consciously or unconsciously. So, you know, short-term solutions are not good for anxiety, and you actually need to be very, very conscious about what is causing you these emotions in your life. That's the key. But a lot of people won't tell you this, and they just want to sell you short and simple solutions because it's very appealing, and these people can make easy money on you. Because when you see such advertisement on the internet that we will solve your solution, you will become stress free. When you're in pain, you see this and you are clicking, and then it's very easy for them to captivate you and to buy their products, and they are making money. What we need to fix on some things that most people don't say. We also need to look at our life and our habits that we have. Because, for example, there are a lot of things that are boosting our anxiety, and we actually don't even realize this. Because, most of people say that it's totally okay. Doctors made investigations about this on universities, and it turned out that it's totally healthy, but we exactly know that it's not always true. I will give you a few examples. Coffee and supplements. Supplements, I mentioned earlier that they are not always helpful, and but with coffee is actually increasing our adrenaline by 200% from our baseline and cortisol by 100%. You know, these two hormones, adrenaline is neurotransmitter and hormone at one time, but cortisol is a hormone of stress. When these two things are increased in our body, we are constantly in a state of flight or fight or freeze. Do you think that it's healthy for us? Okay, if you haven't slept for 30 hours and you are doing very important tasks, maybe it can help you to stay awake, but in very, very rare situations, of course. But on a daily basis, if you wake up, you don't have energy, and you drink coffee just to boost this energy, that's not good solution because you are stressing your body, and later you are wondering, okay, why I have this anxiety, you know? And you need to look at what you are consuming because a lot of things are creating anxiety in us, but we don't even know this. But when we quit this, we actually feel a big difference. For example, I used to have a lot of anxieties. I was afraid of a lot of things, even such easy things that seem so easy and effortless for a lot of people were very hard for me. And I just know I couldn't explain why I can do this. I was just emotionally blocked, and I didn't realize in the past that it was anxiety and it was trauma in myself that I wasn't aware about. For example, when I'm recording these videos, in the past I used to have this feeling, that it need to be perfect. But as I'm recording it now, I'm not native speaker in English. I made some mistakes, but I actually know that if you're watching this for the value I give, but not for perfection I give in my speaking, because it shouldn't be perfect. It just should be understandable, and you should just understand what I'm saying to you. The meaning. All spiritual practices like meditation, yoga, mindfulness, all these ceremonies like psychedelics, etc., can help you in fighting your anxiety, in finding inner peace. But actually, they are not going to provide it for you just like that. You need to still face anxiety, but you need to act differently in these situations, because we are basically reacting on the most things that happening to us very automatically, and we need to be conscious when we are feeling these hard emotions, because when we feel anxiety we are constantly not thinking rationally, but we should not think rationally in these moments, but to just be present and to observe what is happening within us. So you should not be afraid of anxiety. I know it sounds very hard, but if you want to get rid of it and to be, a peaceful person, you will need to face a lot of anxiety in order to get rid of it. So when you're feeling hard emotions like stress, anxiety, this video is mainly for anxiety, but I find a lot of words with it, similar feelings. So if you want to get rid of anxiety, you need to face anxiety a lot, and you need to keep yourself very calm. You should not react. I know it sounds very, very hard, okay? When you are in stressful situations, your breath is like, you can see reaction in your body. Here, you feel a lot of tension, and basically need to observe it, and you need to keep your breathing pace normal, like, because automatically your breath just go irregular, and you need to regulate it consciously. And then you will feel over time that anxiety is much easier for you to confront with it. And you can also use other techniques like touching your body in specific places, because that's called acupressure, when you're touching points on your body, then specific points like here, here, you can find a lot of nerve endings there. And when you basically do massage, you're relieving stress and tension from there, and it's also a good way to fight with anxiety. Okay, I say that in these situations it's usually hard because when you're speaking with some people and you feel anxious, you will not massage here. But afterwards, when you're feeling this anxiety after speaking with this person, you can do this, and it's very effective. I tested it and it helps tremendously, so you should try it, because I think that natural solutions are the best. And first, we should always try natural solutions, and later, if eventually they don't work, we should try something else, in my opinion. So don't deceive yourself that it's everything okay. We should be honest with us, and we should be bold enough to admit that, okay, we have a lot of anxiety, we need to fight it. There's going to be a lot of work, but it's going to be worth it. Because if you will see life without anxiety, it will be much, much beautiful. Of course, I'm not saying like without anxiety at all, but without anxiety as something that we are feeling every day. Because anxiety from time to time is totally okay. But we should not be paralyzed by it or feel it, longer than 10 minutes. For example, some situations require from us anxiety, like we are in forest and we notice that behind us is bear and we need to run. So anxiety in this situation is normal. But this anxiety is totally another thing. This is more like rational anxiety. But on a daily basis, we usually feel only emotional anxiety. But in reality, we are in not danger at all. But our mind like to play tricks on us, and we usually believe it. I think that psychologists and psychiatrists are usually using these short-term methods, like a psychiatrist is going to give you benzodiazepines like Xanax, Gidazepam, or Ketrel, or other medicine, and they think that it will be everything okay. But okay, you will start taking this for a month, and later, when you stop taking it, it will be disaster. You will be feeling terrible. I know this from experience of people around me, that they say me that after this, it was the worst feeling they ever had. Because psychiatrists or psychologists won't tell you, I think that they won't tell you that harsh truth, that it's going to take a lot of work and you need to face it. Because when you go to psychologist and he will say you, okay, you need to face it, you will go away and you think what he's saying. But you need to listen, you need to hear harsh truth, and you need to know that it's going to be hard emotionally for you. But when you overcome these emotional barriers, it will be easy for you. It's that simple. So I think that it's all for today's video, because I gave you all most important information that I've been thinking about recently, and I felt that I needed to share it with you because it's very important for me to raise this awareness and to look for good solutions, not only appealing solutions. It's very important for me. Okay, so if you like this video, please, of course, leave a like, subscribe my channel to see more of my videos, my thoughts and my reflections, and leave a comment about what you think about this, and please share with your friends if you find this video helpful. Bye bye.